and out for game number 1. And here we go, spawning at the bottom left. We got our Red Terran playing for the team of Mouse Esports for over 10, 12 years now. It is HeroMarine.
And the Polish Blue Terran in the top right side, representing Kaisi Gaming, it is Spirit. So do you have a favorite in this one?
You know what? I would love to see HeroMarine pull out of this because he's one of those players that, you know, you think of the big three in EU, you know, in Rainer, Cero, Clem, and it seems like HeroMarine has always made it to like the quarterfinals or the semifinals, but never quite into the finals. He keeps getting denied over and over again by those three players, or one of those three players. And you know, maybe one of these tournaments, he can kind of catch fire and make his way into the finals. We shall see. But in order to do so, he'll of course have to make it out of this round of 24. A little bit surprised he even is in the round of 24. You kind of expect HeroMarine to be one of those players that would make it first in the group and kind of go on to skip the round of 24 and head straight into the round of 16. But at last, here we are. He's in a TBT against Spirit, and we'll see if he can close it out and pick up the series win.
Yeah, HeroMarine already has proved himself earlier in a series we've casted, right? In TVT in particular is what I'm thinking about.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to be a reproduction of that, but he did look extremely stellar. So that does have me a bit worried for Spirit here.
Yeah, same here.
Let's see, well, you know, things opening up pretty cool-headed by both players, sticking on their side of the map. They want to send those Reapers across and just kind of run into a hidden Reaper somewhere on top of a ramp. It's a nasty game they play, those Reapers. If this is where the Australian drop bears also came from. Reaper's just waiting in a tree, dropping down on top of you. Natural base is about to be ready. More Hellion production out of Spirit for the time being, as a Tech Lab is being produced by HeroMarine. Kind of anticipating a Cyclone out of him as well. It's just a safe way to open this up, right? Or he switches it immediately to the Raven. We'll go for the Cyclone, alright.
Alright, first Reaper making his way across. Oh man, that Widow Mine right there.
Might be an unlucky moment. Has those 4 Hellions coming into the main base though. That could be extremely unfortunate. Especially if it manages to land in that slight patch of darkness. Doesn't seem to be the case. Supply depot coming to the rescue. Oh, there's even an SCV here coming along. So there is a fairly good pool of the workers, as well as the armor units here, losing 4 units in total as for the SCV kind. That is, you know, to be seemingly salvageable. We know he's got great macro after all.
Oh, I think, yeah, looks like the Reaper does fall to the Widow Mine. Apologies, I didn't catch the Reaper getting killed, but we do see no Reapers on the map for Spirit. I'm gonna go ahead and try to attempt another Hellion drop, but HeroMarine, he's got his bases covered. I mean, he's pretty much got all the dark spots, the blind spots covered. with either supply depot or command center or his own units. Now it looks like he's gonna go and start moving now, moving out here. See if he can catch anything out in the map.
I mean, the third base for Spirit is being built on location as well. So if he had gone unnoticed towards that location, perhaps he could have put a delay on the production there. Perhaps even a cancel, as Spirit's army was also moving out and about. But did not turn out that way. HeroMarine instead kind of putting up an ambush for the Cyclone of Spirit. Does manage to get it. And gets his own Cyclone out of there as well. So that's pretty much the most valuable unit available in that exchange from the early game, you know. Now we are getting siege tanks and such in the Ravens as well, but Cyclone's still a little bit more valuable than those Reapers and the Hellions. So a good exchange there for HeroMarine, I would say.
Yeah. All in all, though, still pretty even across the board for both players, as they are now establishing their third base. And yeah, looks like adding more barracks for Spirit as he kind of powers through. And I mean, I think a lot of TVTs comes with Marine tanks versus Marine tanks, unless one of them decides to go for mech out of the blue, or I don't know, maybe open up with a battle cruiser rush or something crazy like that. Yeah, usually, commonly, TBT tends to end up as Marine tanks versus Marine tanks.
Yeah, the battlecruiser strat, it's done sometimes, right? It's not very common, but I've seen it before. If unscouted, it can be extremely deadly, but people do open up with Ravens so often now that it is a bit of a gamble in that scenario, right? If they have a Raven and you get interference matrix, you're just gonna cry there for a while. Okay. The +1/+1 about the same time here for both players. As I'm kind of keeping my eyes peeled for whether or not we see fourth bases. There we go. Straight away, actually, for HeroMarine. And Spirit not too far along either. Again, puts his on location, though. So a bit more of a bold placement, but could give him a bit of an upper hand. And he is a player that has a lot of map vision right now, especially in that area. A lot of moving pieces for him. Should be able to see anything coming along. More drops, I believe, as well. Starting to approach the edges of the map here. Medevac for Mr. Spirit and a Liberator, actually, on the bottom side. Meanwhile, we see his army also start making its way across the center. Ideally spotted, though. Ooh, nice Widow Mine there. Marines should be able to pick this off quite easily now. So drop is also in the main, a little bit to the north of here. Starts to stim in. Now the main armies might start to clash pretty soon. Okay, now it does pull away from this area here. Get 6 SCVs. Still kind of rotating around. Might put up a nice siege position here on the fourth base location. Actually stimming in a lot of those Marines. Maybe a bit too ambitious. Nice interference matrix. This is an absolute slaughter. HeroMarine is going to get this army pretty much for free.
Yeah, that was just absolutely one-sided there. However, it looks like it does create an opening, as the majority of HeroMarine's army was pulled to that right side, the bottom right side. Spirit's going to go ahead and jump right into the main base. Tank here will be able to fend it off. But all in all, let me see here. Yeah, actually, you know, resources lost pretty even on both sides, which is surprising because I would have thought that Spirit would have kind of had a decisive edge there at the end. He was just so aggressive, just dropping into the fourth base as well as the main base.
Got some big developments here with HeroMarine moving into the fourth base or third base. I think it was the third base. Might go down due to the Marine and the Viking firepower. Spirit on the other side of the map as well, though, doing the same. Returning the favor quite quickly. Has to still kill those SCVs. It does appear like there's a stronger force of Marines available for Spirit on the other side. And also a siege tank army from HeroMarine. You see, attack from Spirit actually starting to spill out on top of those siege tanks. A lot of them unsieged. We'll be able to pick off a lot of them. Spirit actually coming out on top of that exchange. Quite nicely so, while still maintaining his own army on the other side of the field. HeroMarine has to go home with whatever is left. Now he's going to try to break the front. He kind of has to. Time is ticking here with the economic advantage for Spirit. Probably going to grow if he doesn't. That's just too much. It's just too much. Too many Marines. Too many boys with guns. Spirit looking extremely good now in this position. It's very hard to see HeroMarine find a way out of this. As does he. GG is called. Spirit takes game number 1.
Wow, that was a good start there. I mean, when you're a player that is going up against someone who is on paper going to have the odds-on favorite, if you can kind of pick up that first game, it's a real confidence booster, I would say. Compared to if you were the underdog and you lost your first game, you're like, I gotta win like 3 straight after this, or not 3 straight, but 3 more games after this. It's like quite difficult. It's like you gotta play, or you gotta win 3 out of 4 games. It's like that's a tall order, but picking up that first win, that's gonna give a little bit of confidence for Spirit.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice for Spirit to get. Hopefully it won't start spilling out of control later down the line still. We've seen a reversal sweep already in the TVT matchup today. It's not unthinkable. But, yeah, I agree. I like this for Spirit. Getting the first game. Hopefully we'll settle some of his nerves. Feels like, you know what, that's right. I am supposed to be the HeroMarine, right? That's kind of the attitude you gotta have as a pro player. And then just find a way to execute.
Alright, looks like we're just waiting for Spirit to arrive into the lobby.
Yeah.
Once again, Kozen, our map for number 2. Game number 2 is, of course, Data C.
Data C. Always the second map.
I'm starting to wonder why that is. Like, it's never the first map or anything.
That's true. People prefer Inside and Out. And then this is their second favorite map, apparently. Should I invite Spirit into the lobby? Because maybe he doesn't see the link. Maybe he left the game too late.
Or, wait, is he even in the chat channel?
Oh, there he is, pending.
He might have been, yeah, because sometimes, like, when they're done with the game, they would rewatch the replay.
Yep. Which is maybe a little celebration, right, with whoever's around him in the at the venue.
Oh yeah.
With the victory screen still on. I guess there might not be that many people around him, actually. I don't know. Are people allowed to watch there? Must be, right? Just from a distance?
Yeah, probably from a distance.
From a distance.
Because I remember Australia playing in one of the DreamHacks. Actually, maybe it was IEM, Katowice. And Vitamin was one of our previous managers, was standing beside him, kind of at a distance, while there was
Yep.
a admin there.
Pushing him back.
Just making sure he wasn't too close.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Here we
the
go.
day Vitamin got pepper sprayed. All right, continue.
Or maybe tasered. All right, here the red Terran player playing for the Mouse Esports, looking to tie up the series. Can he do it? He needs your cheers, guys. It is HeroMarine.
And just slightly above the middle, to the right side, there is a blue Terran player fighting for Poland. 1 point on the board right now as a car almost hits me. It is Kaisi Gamer's Spirit. There we go. Sorry, I had to dodge out of the way for a moment. Just jump aside.
Yeah, we don't want you in any type of car accident in the middle of a cast. I could already see on the headline news. Man dies.
Weird man screaming at PC in the middle of the road. Alright. Well, we have 2 guests for both of them, 1 small. You know, it's just kind of the way you gotta play. It's the way you gotta play as the Terran. Can't be that greedy at the start of this matchup. Well, you could, but there's some build orders you just straight up lose to, and then there's build orders that still give you quite a bit of trouble if you open up pretty regularly.
Yeah, I think TVT is one of those matchups where you really can't go all out greedy, where you just go for like a CC first and then into a barracks. Whereas in the in the PvP, let's say, if you have a map where, like, let's say Blackburn, where the ramp is pretty small, you can wall off completely, you can kind of get away with going for Nexus first.
Yeah, Protoss do, right? They definitely do.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a TVT where a Terran goes command center first, though.
Yeah. You just can't get away with it.
Yeah, too much stuff just straight up kills you. Because it's so snowbally with these quick Reaper units, right? That regenerate Hellions with the AoE splash damage. If a Cyclone shows up and you're just building your factory, right? You're pretty in big doo-doo.
Big doo-doo.
You're in big doo-doo.
You don't want doo-doo.
No, sir. Best to avoid. Alright. Settling in further. It really does look like we're just going to get a Cyclone again from, I'm imagining, at least HeroMarine. Right? No! Oh, skipping it. Ravens. Straight away. Fair enough. I mean, he lost the last game, so... There we go. More tech labs for those factories, though, of course.
You know, I could see HeroMarine going for a timing of some sort when with the Reaper. Sorry, not with the Reaper, with the Raven, where, I mean, right now he does have a decent amount of units. Maybe he can kind of push through, considering that Spirit looks like he only has Marines here. So maybe you can imagine maybe a anti-armor missile on those Marines, and then just flooding with the rest of your Marine and Reaper and Hellions.
I think that if he would go for a push, it would be around the 3rd base taking time, right? So, and then he would probably try to siege up that, because he is making siege tanks quite quickly. And yeah, that does make it seem like you kind of want to be, well, sometimes it means people want to be more aggressive. It doesn't always, actually. It could mean that he wants to be defensive as well, because siege tanks are pretty good at that. But it kind of gets you out of that scramble of the Hellion Cyclone stuff, right? If he kills this Cyclone right here with a siege tank shot, maybe? No, it doesn't get... Alright, well. Yeah. With how that exchange went, I'm guessing he might just stay home here, setting up defensively. Spirit sending something across the bottom of the map. Raven. Alright, Raven harassments. We know how we feel about this, but, you know, 2 Ravens, in fact.
Yeah, 2 this time, so... Here we go.
See how much it will be able to burn down here. Alright. Got a Raven not coming in just yet. We'll send it in now. There he goes. Only 2 SCVs so far. Again, this is, you know, spending up this energy of the Raven at the same time. If HeroMarine pushes out now, you no longer can utilize that interference matrix. Whereas HeroMarine still has quite a bunch saved up. So yeah, you killed 8 SCVs, which is great. But if this means you can't take your 3rd base now, then... well, doo-doo ensues once more. Getting up to 11 here.
Yeah, this is kind of adding up here.
Because sure, he has more SCVs right now, but if you don't have the bases to utilize all those extra SCVs that you have, right, that is a problem. And if HeroMarine just... oh, he's gonna try to... he's not gonna try to crack him here, right? He's just gonna... okay, just siege up. Just keep him contained. That's all he's gotta do. Gets own 3rd base up in location. Keep making SCVs. And try not to die due to big medevac drops. That is a scary thing. That's a very small play here from Spirit. That is a tremendous amount of damage. That is... oof, that's going to force the issue indeed. Yeah, HeroMarine moving forwards. Interference Matrix, of course, for him still available. Gaining a lot of ground because of this. There's still another siege tank in the back. As well as on the top of that command center right there that was shooting for a while. Not much remaining for HeroMarine's forces, as they are still wading their way through. Okay, starting to clear things up a little bit. He still has a siege tank of his own available, which he could do mass repair on. Not sure if that's going to keep him alive. Well, probably now. Some of those Marines died. This is a gorgeous mess of a game. I think HeroMarine is getting out on top, right? He's getting the better end of this so far.
This is what we call a beautiful disaster.
Beautiful disaster, indeed. So, Spirit does still have his 3 orbitals, which could be really good for him if he finds a way on how to deal with these siege tanks, right? And he manages to put them back in location and start dropping mules and stuff again. But he will need to deal with this place. He's been making some extra units over time now for a while. We'll see when he decides to try and make his move. There he goes, bringing even SCVs along. Really wants this to go well, though, does HeroMarine, putting down some auto turrets. Killing off 12 extra SCVs, and that is, oof, definitely going to put him quite ahead on the total.
Cheeky little play
I got
there.
this, boys. Oh, no. Abort, abort. Poor Viking. Alright, so making a comeback happen here now for Spirit could be a rough thing. Like I said, though, he does have his 3 orbitals. It's going to help him out in this situation. Equalizes this this game is slightly more so than you would initially think, perhaps, looking at the work accounts. Income graph actually pretty similar. More minerals being mined for Spirit there for a moment, funnily enough. Truly the power of mules.
Yeah. Now, of course, HeroMarine still got those 2 Ravens left over, so I'm going to go ahead and once again ravage the mineral line.
Yeah, stops mining for a little bit. getting a couple of Marines. Just wants to keep that stuff going. After all, there are no more Ravens available for Spirit. So if he does loses them, it's not like, you know, he's in a position where he doesn't have Ravens versus someone who does have Ravens. Although, you know, he himself being in a position to have Ravens over someone who doesn't have Ravens could still be really good, of course. Yeah, it does go a little bit more defensive with them now. Starting to bring them back home, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
with,
is he?
I think with
sending them back.
Wow, I was about to say, the thing with a Raven harassment with the auto turrets is that, you know, the first one, maybe even 2 times, you can kind of get away, but after that, it's like the opponent should be starting to prepare for that potential.
Gets both Marines. Should be able to get away here as well. If he gets that Viking. No, doesn't. Okay. It's like a bait. It's like, yeah, come chase my Ravens. Don't worry about it. Of course you will get them.
Oh my god, just like traveling side by side.
Synchronized flying here, just barely out of vision range of one another. Losing track of them, unfortunately. So, well, at least for Spirit, HeroMarine probably quite happy about keeping those alive. Bringing in 2 medevacs now towards the north side of Spirit's base. See how that goes for him. As the main army is starting to move forwards towards the 3rd as well. Again, right? HeroMarine doesn't have a 3rd base of his own, so Spirit actually now, after this period of time, ahead on the economy. Marine's main army slightly delayed though overall. Doesn't quite get here as the army of Spirit is still distracted. They do manage to get a fair siege position here. It's been quite frustrating with those siege tanks, denying some mineral patches as well as the refinery. That could be good enough now with his own 3rd base established. Alright, Spirit making the mature decision to just kind of abandon that spot right there. Go for another 3rd base. HeroMarine might decide to eventually just kind of move out of this location here. Or he's going to try to just kill the enemy siege tank, slowly moving forwards. He's doing a good job with it so far. Oh, drop in HeroMarine's base. Alright. Well played there by HeroMarine as well. Keeps everything secure. Loving the repair attempts from Spirit here on those siege tanks. Now has Liberators. Oh boy. Wait, what's that Liberator? What happened there? I guess this Marine shut it down. Alright. A true back and forth here, Snoopy.
Yeah. However, it looks like HeroMarine gonna go ahead and send the rest of his reinforcements across the map, and gonna go ahead and keep on fortifying. Now, this area that HeroMarine has the siege tank sieged in, if he wanted to, he can probably kind of slowly get into the main base and kind of get on top of the production buildings if he wanted to.
Yeah, Spirit attempted a little run around with the Marines right there, but well spotted by HeroMarine. Doesn't let that get to him that easily. Now starting to head towards the main base, sieging up there indeed. More drops being made though by Spirit, again sending 2 medevacs filled with units. Ooh, oh, losing some valuable air, boys. Liberator harassments, also a big thing now for HeroMarine. He's got 2 Liberators set up on the side edges of Spirit's bases. Starting to gun down some of those SCVs. As the drop of Spirit has landed, it's still quite a scuffle on the other side. Is there more reinforcements here for HeroMarine? It's all in the main base, I see, and that's going to be a while. now with 50 supply is HeroMarine. He's looking absolutely stellar so far. Been taking the better end of the trades for a while now. And most of the aggression from Spirit sometimes seems like it might start to get some traction, but very quickly is shot down then once again by HeroMarine.
Nice little catch here by Spirit on the transferring reinforcements. But now, all of a sudden, it looks like the armies are kind of out of sync here. It's kind of hard for the players to control, or at least Spirit to control so many different units, small units here and there. He's got like one in the left, one in the right. He's got the one in the, this, I guess, his third basing now. He's even got one in the south side base, which I think he's forgotten about. So just a bunch of sprawling Marines just out and about. And looks like he is going to go ahead and finally consolidate his army. But it looks like HeroMarine's got too much here, as, yeah, he's over 100 supply now over Spirit. Takes out the CC at the 12 o'clock, and Spirit forced to GG out. As HeroMarine, he's going to tie up the series.
Very well played, man. It's like a wrestler slowly strangling his opponents. Very cool to see.
Yeah, giving him one suplex after another, and then just going down for the rock bottom. Give the people's elbow, and bam, 1, 2, 3.
Right, game number 3 coming up. Will be played on Waterfall, where the water falls, as you so delicately put it.
There is a actual waterfall just from the map preview.
Yep. They're no liars, these map makers.
Except they had a map called what was that map called? Glittering Ashes.
Ah.
And there was no glitter around.
There wasn't?
Nope.
Really? Well, there's glittering ashes. I don't know what the ash of glitter looks like, to be fair. Anyway. There is an actual waterfall here, luckily for us. Thank God for that. Game number 3.
Alright, spawning here at the top right. Looking to go ahead and swim in that waterfall. It's our blue Terran from Kaizi Gaming. It is Spirit.
Residing in the bottom left side, there is a Terran fighting for Mouse Esports. It is HeroMarine. The biggest of Gabes. A lot of love for this fellow, of course. He's having a wonderful streaming time, usually.
Yeah, he has become one of the really consistent major streamers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's always growing as well. He organizes his own little tournaments sometimes. He does little things for the viewers. He explains a lot of stuff as well, right? So if you have questions about Terran, it's a wonderful place to kind of hang out and just kind of learn from him. He is, after all, one of the best.
Absolutely. And the insight of a pro player is definitely something that, unless you're paying for coaching or, a high profile professional player is kind of offering lessons, then you don't really get it anywhere. But HeroMarine provides it absolutely free on his stream. So, and of course, I think he has a very versatile playstyle. A lot of builds under his belt, and that in itself is also quite valuable and entertaining.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if you watch a player just like cannon rush all day,
that could be fun.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's not as educational or
Yeah, I guess.
informative. So yeah.
It's more specific, right? Teaches you about one thing.
Yep. Like
Yeah.
you might get better at cannon rushing, but you know, not so much on the other aspects of this game, which is a very complicated game.
Unless you cannon rush every time. Alright. Safety first for these two men once more. Hard heads on. Just full on construction time for both the boys.
Now,
couple of hellions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a couple of hellions. I mean, we might see the medevac play once more, right? That could happen from Spirit.
Yeah, looks like he's getting the starport.
Oh, that looks like it will be on the tech lab.
Yeah, never mind.
Oh, I might want to switch the factory. I will see. Nope. Okay, it is the starport. All right. All right. I guess with the Cyclone of HeroMarine, it's unlikely that a Hellion drop is going to do much anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, with the Hellion there, it kind of provides the buffer for any incoming attack. And, at that point, you kind of invested into something that not going to find enough damage. And so, yeah, it looks like Spirit going to go ahead and get straight into that Raven. Now, the question is, will he send that Raven across and throw some auto turrets, you know, and behind the mineral line, try to get some SCV kills, or will he just keep it back at home? Maybe he can, you know, kind of tag it along with his Hellions and go for an attack with it, but from the looks of it, it looks like he's just, yeah, he might just send it to throw some auto turrets.
Yeah, which could be okay, because he's going to be able to at least see the third base timing, right, of HeroMarine, which is quite early on. A little bit greedy here, and that means that Spirit might have to move into action a bit sooner than he had anticipated. Oh, does he get that? Not quite. I wonder what he's going to do with that. Okay. Target down the... Yeah, there we go. Targeting the one building the command center. Always good. Gabe quite quick with the redraw of the SCV though. He's gonna invest a scan for that. For that Widow Mine right there. Oh, no, just waiting for the Raven. Nice. Smart. Smart.
I was just gonna suggest him just sacrifice that Reaper, but of course,
No.
of course.
I guess he still does. I guess he still does.
Yeah, I guess in a way.
In a different way.
Yeah, different way.
Ooh, big air harassment. Looks like it's gonna hit Spirit's base here pretty soon. More Ravens. Left side flank. Is that another Raven right there? It is. Yeah, he's just waiting calmly. Alright, only two. Only two so far, but still has the other Raven. Denying the mining time again, you know, it's pretty good as well. 3 more. This is starting to add up to 7 now. Has some Reapers and a Hellion also, perhaps ready to jump in on that third base of Spirit. There are some units there, at least SCVs. No army units though. As ooh. Pushes out the Hellions here. From a second there, you get that Doom scenario idea where it's just like a bunch of SCVs being transferred to the third, right? And then there's just all those Hellions there. Instant carnage.
Yeah, that
not gonna happen.
Yeah, that would be quite depressing.
No, a couple of Reapers into the main base of Spirit. Might be able to grab a couple of SCVs here. Once again, this, is pretty good damage.
Yeah, I mean, really, there's not going to be too much he can do with these Reapers. So I guess I might as well just sacrifice them for some couple of SCVs. And,
yeah, 5 of them.
Yeah. So here it looks like HeroMarine will build himself a little bit of a small worker lead. But of course, in TPT, I think that's alright. I mean, you can still rely on the meals to kind of even it out. But as you can see in the income graph, kind of a spike there for HeroMarine. Does come down a little bit, but still an advantage for the red Terran.
Yeah, he's got to be careful of these Ravens of the blue Terran, of course. A bit more energy on those guys right now after his auto turret harassment. But if he has his siege tanks well in a good concave, prepared for the entrance of Spirit here, I think he should be in a pretty good spot. Oh, yeah. Another unit. Oh, that's a Cyclone actually now on the mineral fields of Spirit. Starting to add in more damage right there. Little medevacs coming out trying to rescue them. And he even moves it away, so... You know what? Trying to retain that Cyclone. Does manage to escape this Hellion clump as well. For a little moment at least. That's crazy. This is a valuable Cyclone here.
Oh my god, this Cyclone getting so much value. Finally, it does get killed, but definitely paid for itself.
That was a very big Cyclone. Jumping in with 2 medevacs now into the natural base. Doesn't seem like there's a lot for Spirit to defend here. Most of his units out and about in the middle are gonna have to kind of press the issue now as 2 armies collide. While the interference matrix was still being able to utilize. About halfway done. Can Spirit clean this up before they come back? Well, they just not have barely enough. With the reinforcements coming in as well, yeah. HeroMarine winning on that front. That's for sure. And Spirit still just kind of suffering from all the economic damage he's taken.
Yeah, man, 5,000 minerals being lost there, as well as 2k gas. So, yeah, it looks like HeroMarine kind of woke up from that first game loss, and is now looking at a scenario where he's gonna move on to the round of 16th with as he takes the 2-1 series lead.
Yeah, just one more point required. He'll be able to advance here. Spirit having some good moves, but not quite being able to make it work just quite yet. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we should be able to, or actually we won't be able to. We are going into a 5-minute break here. Unless if the referee changed his mind. But it is in the contract. It's in the rule book. That's it, the rule book. So we'll follow the rules that are in the book.
Yep. All right, we're going to go ahead and throw it to a 5-minute break, guys. And when we come back, we will go into game number 4 here on the map of Moondance between our 2 Terran players. So stick with us as we continue our journey through the DreamHack SC2 Masters 2022 Valencia tournament. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut the break just a tad bit short because it seems like both players are ready to rock and roll. And as we head into game number 4 here on the map of Moondance. And Kozen, I'm gonna put you on the spot with this 2-1 series lead for HeroMarine. Do you think he's gonna close it out, or you think Spirit is gonna have the fighting spirit and force a game 5?
I'm afraid that's a little bit for Spirit here. You know, he again, emotional player as well, and when things are falling away from him, it's rare to see him scramble things back up together. But you know, it happens sometimes. There's a potential. I think there's a more likely potential that HeroMarine will take it here.
All right, looks like Kozen is gonna predict HeroMarine for game number 4. If you guys have any predictions yourself, make sure to let us know in the live chat. But anyhow, without further ado, spawning here at the bottom right, he's the blue Terran. Give it up for Spirit.
And his opponent, fighting from the... Let me find your camera exactly. There you go. You're 7. Oh, gee, that's a lot of people here. Anyway, fighting for Germany, the Red Terran. Fighting for Mouse Esports as well. It's HeroMarine. Big Gabe is gonna keep Spirit out of the tournament. Wow.
Oh, wow.
There we go. The puns are coming in.
Yeah. When did gay become an adjective or a verb?
It's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since it's his...
I'm just gonna gabe you. It's like I'm gonna gabe you to death.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Sorry. You know, people are creative. I'll come up with all sorts of things. Escape keeping, that's the verb. Ah, there you go.
It's like saying I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna snoopy it up.
So we can't use it in a way where we're saying like, oh, you're gaping us all this knowledge, or like that wouldn't work. Yeah, it does sound weird. Oh, aggressive with the Reaper. Ooh, gets the Reaper nade. Could mean the 1v1 is his to take. Let's see. To get it. Ooh, yeah, he does manage. There's another Reaper about to pop though. At least there's a delay on the natural base there. Full Spirit already. That is frustrating.
Yeah, I gotta send another SCV. Looks like HeroMarine gonna go ahead and retreat for now. Yeah, things look as normal as can be, and you know, we were talking about like how in that the backside base,
yeah,
how maybe Protosses won't normally be going for that because they are more focused on getting gas. But then it's the opposite, complete opposite for Terrans, of course, because Terran more of a mineral-based unit or mineral-based race compared to the Protoss counterparts.
Yeah, so it's a bit more tempting, I guess, to take it as your third base. Especially considering that, oh my god, it's getting a further delay on this natural base. This is starting to get out of hand, actually.
Yeah, he's just gaping it up, right?
Okay, it's pushed out again. But yeah, so the third base, right? If you take the back one, you have to, well, you also have the benefit of your siege tanks not having to move. You still have them at your natural base, really. And you don't have to have that move out, right? There's less of a situation where your opponent suddenly can try to come up on the other side of the command center and siege you, right? Because you just have this one choke point, this very deliberate choke point where you can just set up defensively.
Right. Oh, I like this random supply depot.
Yeah. Little spotter for drops or Raven harassment. Maybe Banshee. Wait a moment. Why are both of them going Banshee? What is the... Did they make a pact with one another?
I don't know. Like all throughout this whole series, they've been making Ravens out of that Tech Lab starport, but this specific game, all of a sudden they decided to switch it up.
No,
yeah.
It's not even this series. It is every single TVT. We've had a couple of them.
I
not
know,
a
right?
single Banshee. And then all of a sudden, it's like, you know what's good? Let's get Banshees. And this is why... Oh my. Coming in with the Cyclone Alien Reaper here at the same time. Gets a double look onto the opposing Cyclone. Now the Banshee comes in to finish it off. Doesn't quite get it. The repair is good, but the SCVs are still going down. SCVs for HeroMarine also dying, though, because of Reapers as well as Banshee in the natural base. And, well, Siege Tank, does he get a lock on? Doesn't quite get the lock on there, perhaps. Could have gotten some damage on that. What is happening on this side of the map? Definitely more SCVs going down for HeroMarine. Could not stabilize his own bases as much as he was being that aggressive with his units.
Oh, does he have anything in the main base? Got 4 Marines, but it looks like the Spirit can cut. Okay, there comes the Cyclone. Should be able to lock down. No cloak research for either players. And let's take a look at the units lost tab as, wow, 18 workers going down for HeroMarine now.
More work is going to go down soon, maybe? Oh, one more. There we go. Fair enough. That is a rough spot, man. That is a rough spot. 31 workers versus 41. Orbitals. He does have a third base a lot sooner than Spirit, so he will have that advantage of quicker mules and stuff like that. But I mean, Spirit might actually take the forward base. There's more minerals there as well. More harassment coming in now. Ravens from HeroMarine will start hitting up the natural bases also, it looks like. This follow-up Raven. Not too bad. 9 workers. Kind of ties up the worker count overall again. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's like, oh, 10 worker lead. That's pretty good. He's 4 workers ahead again. 2 Ravens just happen to fly by Spirit's base, and all of a sudden, everything's okay for HeroMarine again. There were Vikings around. There was a Cyclone. 9 Marines, none of them able to really stop that harassment from doing as much as it did, apparently.
Yeah. Such a weird game here. As I guess sometimes CVT can be.
Yeah, it's one of those knife's edge kind of matchups, isn't it? Big Gabe starting to head out with all the forces. Not gonna leave a man behind in his base for the time being. Luckily for him, there's no drops off the swords or anything like that across the map for Spirit, so should be a safe time for him to do so. Will he be able to find a suitable area for those siege tanks to lay claim, though? As the scan, will the interference matrices... Oh, no, goes for the auto turrets. Well, Spirit. That's a pretty good spot, man. He's got like 4 siege tanks shooting at orbital. It's going to be a whole lot of repairing required. More SCVs dead in the natural as well. Big Gabe. He is making things happen again. There is a Viking lead for him also for the time being. Actually, never mind that. Right. Let's see, 2 more Vikings joining as the Cyclone for Spirit shoots one for HeroMarine out of the sky. Be careful with those Ravens still. I guess he doesn't. He knew those auto turrets would save him. He just knows. Now he backs up. Right? Does he? Oh my God. Is he just gonna kill him? Is he that cruel?
I mean, I think he's got the option that he can either sit back and enjoy his lead here and get more ahead, or he can kind of put on the pressure and keep Spirit.
Sorry, I guess there is a 3 base versus 3 base, right? Because Spirit does have his backside base now.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I mean, Spirit only has enough workers for 2 base saturation, and there we have it. HeroMarine, he's gonna go